I just caught the first three episodes of Peacemaker, and I have some thoughts. For those who don't know, this is HBO Max's new show, and it's a direct sequel to the Suicide Squad, which is not to be confused with Suicide Squad. So keep that in mind. The core story, I like it. I think it's pretty solid. Peacemaker wants his father's respect, while at the same time is struggling to kill certain targets if he feels they are too innocent. Peacemaker's father seems to be a setup for a neo Nazi like villain. I can see Peacemaker having a fight off against his father for the greater good. In parallel, Leota is pretending to be a lousy assistant on one of Amanda Waller's teams. Leota is secretly Waller's daughter, and she's learning more about the ruthless nature of Waller. I can see Leota turning on her mother for what she believes is right, and I can see Peacemaker and Leota working together as a new generation for a better future. And finally, I can see Vigilante screwing all this up. This is a really cool plot. I dig it. So hats off to the writing team here for this segment of the story. And the next thing I want to talk about is the bar scene. The bar scene is cringe. This is a reminder of how bad this show could potentially be. As we are introduced to more interesting and complex female characters in Hollywood, we often come across writers who don't know how to write these kind of female characters. And Amelia is just that. She's one of Waller's agents in possible romance for Peacemaker. She goes to the bar by herself for a drink. Peacemaker sees this from afar and follows her inside. A guy hits on her in the most unrealistic way possible, and in response, she insults his breath. Peacemaker comes in and sits next to her. She's annoyed by that. Then another guy comes up and is mad that she insulted his friend's breath. This would never happen. Your friends would laugh at you at best for being turned down. What guy would come up and be like, hey man, you insulted my friend's breath. I'm going to beat you up now, small woman. uh, in public, too, right? Then she does some BS flavor of Krav Maga and pins him. Whew, if you know anything about martial arts, this was stupid. Why didn't she just use a weapon instead? She has a gun probably, or a knife. Would have been cooler, more realistic. They might as well have given her superpowers at this point. Anyways, then she gives a talk to Peacemaker on how creepy he is for following her in. She's actually right about this. But that's beside the point. It's still weird for anybody, guy or girl, for going inside a bar for a drink. It's expensive. You'd better off buying a pack of six from a 7-Eleven, drinking at your apartment or hotel. So this scene was beyond cringe. This is the type of cringe that's corporate feminism. What Hollywood thinks we mean when we want a well-written, stronger female character, but fail to deliver. And this doesn't help when you find out that Jennifer Holland, who plays Amelia, is actually dating the director James Gunn. Reminds me of when Helena Bonham Carter dated Tim Burton and was in a lot of his movies. But at least Helena was a really good actress most of the time. The next thing I want to talk about is the annoying dance scenes. I genuinely enjoyed the opening. It's fun and refreshing, although it could use a few more costume characters in it. That being said, I really hate all the random song and dance scenes. James Gunn loves this annoying old rocker, quirky white boy shit. He did this similar thing in Guardians of the Galaxy. Every now and then, it's a cool thing to do as a stylistic choice, but it comes off a little too angsty for an old man. But yeah, that summarizes everything, right? Although there were some mad annoying things in here, I still have some hope that the show might actually turn out okay. They have enough core story to keep it interesting. Action and effects seem decent, but let's see how they pace themselves in the remaining episodes. We were given 3 episodes up front, so 1 episode a week could be a bit frustrating for my goldfish brain. Or maybe I have a normal turtle brain and the showrunners are just stretching the show thin so people subscribe to streaming services or cable providers longer. Who knows?